Hi, I'm Peter Capaldi. I play the Doctor, and you're watching EMS Productions.
Hello everybody and welcome along to today's video where I'm just going to be giving you guys a few of my sort of thoughts and ideas on what appears to be a full reboot for Series 11 of Doctor Who. At San Diego Comic-Con we got official confirmation from Pearl Mackie that she will not be appearing in Series 11 next year. So we now know for absolute certainty that we have a new Doctor, a new companion, obviously a new showrunner, a new writer as well. So it does very much feel like this is going to be a complete reboot, or as much it's the same as it was in Series 5 back with the 11th Hour, that sort of completely new characters, new setting, new start, but still not overwriting any of the canon of the show. And this is personally something that I'm really excited about. It felt like in The Doctor Falls that we maybe went a little bit too far with the continuity references, and as much as I am super excited for this Christmas special, and I'm happy to have one last absolute continuity fest, so they almost can't help themselves but quote previous Doctor's lines and this kind of thing. But then I'm also so excited to just have a fresh start next year, where everything hopefully will be completely new. So we've already got a confirmed new Doctor, a new companion and a new showrunner. I'm hoping we also get sort of just simple things like a new TARDIS set, a new logo, a new title sequence, maybe a new composer as well, as it seems at least like Murray Gold is going to be leaving the show after Christmas, as far as we know. So I do just hope they really look to just kind of change all these things up and give the brand a sort of fresh new feel to it and really start things all over again to some degree. I also think, it's a small thing, but logo-wise it's worth noting that in both of the little clips with Jodie Whittaker being both the one where the announcement is made or sort of revealed, and then the one where we actually see her revealed as the 13th Doctor, neither of them feature a Doctor Who logo in any sort. It just says Jodie Whittaker as 13th Doctor. There isn't any Doctor Who logo there, which probably suggests that they're still sort of working on a new logo, and they wanted to try and make this new and separate to the previous era of the show by not using the current Doctor Who logo. It's just a small thing, but I sort of noticed that and thought, that probably means they are going to go new with that sort of thing as well. And I think all these things will just really help to kind of refresh and restart the brand to some degree, because it has been going downhill. I don't think anybody can deny, viewing figures wise, I mean quality wise, for a lot of fans, I think Series 10 was probably the strongest in a while. But when you look at at least the UK viewing figures, they have declined pretty significantly. When sort of at the start of the Matt Smith era certainly, or in the RTD era, we were getting 10 million viewers an episode. Through the Matt Smith era, it was generally 6 to 8 to 9 million viewers, peaking obviously with about 13 at the Day of the Doctor, but that was always to be expected. And then through the Capaldi era, we've just seen a gradual decline where we started with Deep Breath at 9 million, because you would with the Regeneration story, then a solid sort of 6.5 to 7 million through Series 8, and then suddenly we just seemed to lose 1 million viewers to Series 9, and it dropped below 6 million consistently. Actually no, it wasn't quite, I think it was around 6 million consistently for Series 9, and then for Series 10 it's dropped again. The first episode was okay, it was pretty solid, it held on to where Series 9 was, but then since then we've almost been barely hitting 5 million on some of the episodes for final viewing figures with blooming iPlayer, catch-up and everything included. So it just shows that sort of, as much as I've really enjoyed the Moffat era and the Capaldi era in particular, we have lost probably sort of 3 to 4 million viewers since the RTD era to now, which is a serious, significant decline. It's almost half the viewing figures since then. And so that's something I think needs to be rectified by having a complete new start, a new fresh era, because I'm sure a lot of people have just sort of either seen Moffat's the writer and stopped watching it, or seen Capaldi's the Doctor and stopped watching it because maybe they didn't get on with him in Series 8 or something like that. And it needs a complete change and a complete new start to really refresh that. Obviously, it's a female Doctor, which I personally don't think will have a big effect on the viewing figures. Some people think, oh, we're going to lose millions of viewers from it. No, we're not. Let's be honest. 90% of people who aren't happy about the female Doctor will still watch. There'll just be a very small amount of people who actually won't watch the episode, because that's just stupid, really. If you're a fan of the show, you will watch it, as far as I'm concerned, even if you don't really like the current actor or actress in the main role. So I think to a large degree this new female Doctor could give the show sort of a new injection of excitement and sort of viewers, everybody watching again. Just look at the amount of talk there was about the new Doctor when she was announced. It was for sort of a days on end. There was constant social media comments about it and just general comments from actors and famous people about how significant and happy they are generally about this change. So it's, I think, definitely at least early on in the series, it's going to have a lot of viewers just because people are interested to see how's it going to play out. But overall with that, I'm really looking forward to having some fresh new ideas from Chris Chibnall as the writer of the show. I think it'll just be nice for him to really be able to make his own mark on the show, whereas obviously his previous episodes haven't been very strong. I won't deny that. But a large degree I've read up on this a little bit was down to the fact that he was often dictated what he needed to write. So essentially 42, he had to write a low-budget episode that had lots of corridors and no proper monster in it, that was actually a visual effects monster. He was tasked with a Silurian episode for Hungry Earth and Cold Blood. Then Dinosaurs in a Spaceship was his own thing, but he wrote it so well that he didn't have to do a rewrite, and Moffat just said, can you write another episode please? So he suddenly had to rush through and write The Power of Three in no time, which was good. Had a terrible ending, which completely wasn't his fault. It was just that actor being, I can't remember his name, but he was being basically an idiot and completely wrecked the ending for them. So a lot of the problems with his episodes have been out of his control to a large degree, so it would be nice when he just has a complete free rein to do what he wants with the show, to have that opportunity to see what his vision for Doctor Who is, and hopefully it's something fresh and new with new monsters, new villains, like we had back in Series 5 when we had this whole new idea of the crack and then the silence. It was all just new monsters and aliens to the show, so I thought that was a really nice way of starting a new era then, and I'm hoping it's something they introduce again with Christian Bale as well. That is just simply the number one word for Series 11. I want it to be new. I want it to be fresh. They've got every opportunity to do this, just start again, just pretty much forget about the previous series. Of course, don't overwrite anything or purposely ignore it, but you don't need to start quoting old Doctors, you don't need to start chucking references to last series episodes in or anything like that. Just start again with a new Doctor, a new companion, and go off on fresh new adventures. And so I think that just about rounds up all my thoughts at the moment about this new era, simply because there's not much more to say because we just don't know anything about what Chris Chibnall's ideas or vision is going to be. Literally all we know is there's a female Doctor, that's it. Which is a big thing, a massive change, but we don't know anything else. We don't know who the companion's going to be, we don't know anything about plots or villains or monsters they're bringing back or new ones or anything like that. So it's going to be fascinating to watch the development of this new series, which as far as you know is going to start filming around October-November time, for likely to be a sort of August-September start. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until the autumn again for a new series, which is a bit of a pain, but I think they just haven't had the sort of enough of a turnaround time to be able to get the Christmas special done, Series 10 done, and then get this new series started in time for an April-May start next year. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but it will be really fascinating to watch what things we find out if Christian was going to be going full on with the secrets and sort of blocking out spoilers, which personally I hope he does, because it's gone a bit too far with leaks and problems with the last few series of Doctor Who, and Chris sort of has experience of that with writing Broadchurch and keeping that as absolutely secret as he possibly could so that we wouldn't find out who the killer is or anything like this. So I'm hoping that he brings that sort of idea to Doctor Who as well and tries to guard any of these spoiler hounds and people who are hanging around the set from getting any sort of details as much as possible, because I think it will just, for all of us, make the show much more exciting when there are actually proper shocks in these episodes. So yes, that would probably be my final big hope from the Christian Bale era. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to comment below what you think of the Christian Bale era. Are you happy that we're getting a full reboot, or would you have preferred it if Pearl Mackie as Bill maybe would have stayed on for another series? Obviously, I would have liked Capaldi to stay on for another series because he is my favourite Doctor. I absolutely love him as the Doctor, but I can kind of see the benefit of going with a new Doctor and completely refreshing the show as well. So guys, do just let me know all your thoughts about this new era in the comments below. But other than that, remember to like the video, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you again very, very soon for another video. Goodbye!